Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video guys, we're going to be checking out a few pro player updates that have went down over the weekend and at the start of this week. We firstly got Clix, who's gone ahead and switched out his mousepad to probably one of the nicest looking XXXL mousepads I've seen in a while. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, you will all absolutely love this new one. By the way as well, he also changed his keyboard and switches out too. Next we've got Khuna, who's went and bought himself a controller to join the likes of BENQ and many other pro players that have jumped on that hybrid player hype. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you will in just a bit guys, trust me. And we've also got Martoz, who's not only went and switched out his mouse, but also his Fortnite sensitivity, which he did say in his own words that he thinks this is his god sense. On top of those pro player updates right there, we've also got a couple more newsy type updates to go through. We've got a very well known OG pro player that's unfortunately quit Fortnite competitively, and we've got a pro player that's left an org that he's been with for a very long time. Quite a lot of updates to get through today guys, so if you do enjoy, be sure to leave a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and use Codelife in the Fortnite item shop whenever you do purchase any skins, as by doing that you'll be helping me out massively. But now let's start the video off with checking out the news updates first. So for the first bit of news guys, unfortunately it is a little bit sad to start off with. What's happened here guys is there's been a Fortnite pro player called DMO, or formerly known as Ghost DMO, which most of you will probably know him from Ghost. He decided to quit playing Fortnite competitively, like full on guys, like he straight up quit the game. He put this on Twitter right here, and it's a full statement of him explaining why he did decide to quit. I'm not going to bother reading it out, as you guys can do that for yourselves if you want, but if you are too lazy to read it, the reason for why he did quit was because of the lag that goes on in competitive play. Now, if any of you out there do play Fortnite competitively or have watched it, you'll all be able to relate to experiencing this lag. Like, it is an absolute nightmare to deal with. So I can't see straight away what he's coming from here, but he said that pretty much because of that lag that's going on in the game and sort of affecting competitive play, that did trigger him to start to dislike Fortnite, which did end up making him lose motivation to play the game. It is really unfortunate to hear this, to be honest guys, as DMO was one of the OG Fortnite pros. Like, even if you go back to some of my older videos, I was covering his stuff at the very beginning. Like, he is a true OG. I'm hoping though that Fortnite will eventually fix these servers, and you never know, he might make a return in the future. For now though, it doesn't look like that's happening. Next up, we've got another newsy type update, and that is regarding another pro player that you all should know, especially those that are from EU. And the pro that I'm talking about here is called Stompy. Stompy, just yesterday, he parted ways with his organization called E11 Gaming. I'm not exactly sure on the specifics behind them parting ways, but what I do know is that it did end on good terms. I know this because he said this on Twitter. He said that he was very thankful for everything that the org has done for him, which reading that, I honestly love to see that, because he did definitely represent them very well with all of the achievements that he earned from Fortnite. Now though, since he has parted ways with them, he is looking for a new team, as he's a free agent now, but I do think it won't be long until a new org snatches him up, as he is a beast of a player. That's all for the newsy type updates I've got for today though. Let's now move on to our pro player updates of today. Starting off with Khuna buying a controller. That's right guys, Khuna did go ahead and buy himself a controller to join the likes of BENQ. He bought himself a standard Xbox One wireless controller in the colour white, and the reason for him doing this is because he wants to try out the hybrid setup, which many pro players have been jumping on very recently. If you guys have no idea about this hybrid setup, by the way, it's pretty much where a pro player is good at both mouse and keyboard and controller, and they pretty much just abuse both inputs in-game. The way in which they abuse both inputs is they mainly use the controller for the aim, with obviously using the aim assist feature, and then they use the mouse and keyboard to build. It is a super effective strategy, and we've seen loads of pro players do very well, like Unknown X Army, by doing this. So if you are curious of what it looks like, I would recommend going to check out Unknown Army. For Khuna though, since he did just get a controller and he's never played on controller before, obviously he does have to learn it. So right now he is far from the beast that I imagine him to be on on hybrid. But as always guys, I'll keep you all updated on how he gets on with that. Next, we've got Martoz's new Fortnite Sens and mouse. For his Fortnite Sens first, he went and lowered his X and Y quite recently. He was previously playing on an X sense of 14% and a Y sense of 13%, but now he's went down to playing on an X and Y sense of 10%. That's on the same 400 DPI he's always been on as well. For those wondering why he did go ahead and change his sense here, it's actually because he changed his mouse. On his old sensitivity, he was playing with the FINALMOUSE Air58 Ninja, but now that he's changed his mouse to the Logitech G Pro Wireless, he's had to change his sense as well, which he did, and that is his new sense I just mentioned. Now, so far, I haven't been able to watch any gameplay of him on this new sense, so I'm not going to hype it up like all of you guys say I do. But what I do know is that this sense and this mouse is the one I'm playing on, which Martoz says in his own words. He said that his aim feels godlike, like he's able to hit his ADS pumps so much easier on the lowest sensitivity. So the fact he's saying that it is godlike and I'm using the same sense and mouse as him, that can only mean that it truly is godlike. I'm just joking guys, but really this sensitivity is good. If you still haven't yet tried out 400 DPI with 10% on the X and Y, I definitely recommend it, especially with the G Pro Wireless. But that's his new sense. Let's now move on to our final update of today. That's Clix's new mousepad and new keyboard. So for Clix's new mousepad, he was previously using two mousepads. That's the glorious XXXL on the bottom and the ZOWIE G SR SE in DIVINA blue on top. Now though, well, quite recently, he switched over to using this really clean looking MARTIX FLAMINGO desk pad, which as you guys can see from the picture on screen right now, this thing looks insane. Like the pink on it and how big it is, it looks unreal. Along with that new mousepad though, he also switched out his keyboard too. He was previously using the MARTIX Elite with blue switches and MARTIX cotton candy pudding keycaps, but now he's switched over to the same keyboard but with different switches and keycaps. He now uses the silver switches and the stock keycaps. And yeah, that's the final update of today guys, and actually all of the updates I've got for today. If you did enjoy this video or found it helpful at all, then be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and use Codelife in the Fortnite item shop if you would like to take that extra step in supporting me. By doing that guys, you really will be helping me out a ton, and it really would be appreciated. So if you do, thank you all so much. And that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching guys. Peace.